All right, guys, how you guys doing today? So today we're going to talk about how to have peace because with a lot going on, stressful events happening in the world, all over the world, and everybody also has their own individual things they have to go through. So we need to figure out how to have peace during these times that we have. So let's get right into it. It's going to be a little short one today, and this probably be part one because it's a lot about this. And these are things that people actually don't know because the churches don't teach it. So let's get into it. Isaiah 48 verse 18. It says, "Oh, that thou hadst hearkened to my commandments, that then had thy peace been as the river, and thy righteousness as the waves of the sea." So if you see how the language is, how God is trying to relay this message, He said, "Oh, that thou hadst hearkened to my commandments." You know how you tell somebody, man, if you would have just listened to me, man, everything would have been good with you, man. Like, why, you didn't have to go and do that. If you would just listen to my advice, everything would have been okay. This is the same thing God's telling to his people. And then it says, uh, then thy peace had been as a river, thy righteousness as the waves of the sea. So, you go to a sea or you go to a beach and all you see is water spread out. That's how your peace could be, just spread out. Just all you see is peace just spread out that far out where you can't even see another island or whatever, you know. And so this is the thing we got to realize, man. We got to keep God's commandments. We need to learn and study those because when we disobey him, he is an everlasting God, so his word is everlasting. So when we disobey him, then this creates chaos in our lives. Now let's prove that. Now I'm gonna just kind of scroll real quick and come back. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 5. No, sorry, Deuteronomy 5 verse 28. It says, "And the Lord heard the voice of your words when ye spake unto me, and the Lord said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people which they have spoken unto thee. They have well said all that they have spoken. Oh, that there was such a heart in them, that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and their children forever." So you see, this is the same language, and this is all the way back in Deuteronomy. God is saying, man, if y'all would have just listened to me, listen to my commandments, study and learn my commandments, so that it'll go well with you, not only just you, but your children as well. That's how powerful it is to obey God. And so the lies that are out now is that, oh, we don't have to keep the commandments, and God will be, he'll he'll be okay, he'll forgive me and I can just continue on, and maybe I'll overcome this one day. It doesn't work like that. Isaiah 48:22, it says, "There is no peace, said the Lord, unto the wicked." So when you are wicked and you doing what's wrong, which is not obeying God's commandments and his voice, then that you will have no peace. This is a promise. Whatever God says, he's not going to take it back. This is a promise. You're not going to have peace unless you are doing what he tells you to do, obeying his words. That's very simple. Because let's last verse, and I'm gonna explain that, and it's gonna explain it right here. You don't even have to come up with an explanation because it's really so simple. It's just that we have not been taught this, because Satan is in these churches and in these religions, and they have been teaching us to be docile when it comes to sin. They have been giving us, God loves everybody, and he'll forgive you and you'll move on. But you got to realize, every time you sin, you're hurting yourself. God is a righteous judge. Everything he does is righteous. So you're going to have consequences because he's a righteous judge. He can't just let you get away with stuff. That's not righteous, because he doesn't let somebody else get away from doing something wrong, but then he lets you get away with it. He has to judge you. So this is proof of that. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 5. "Thou shalt also consider in thy heart, that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee. Therefore," so if you don't want to be chastised, therefore Thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. If you tired of dealing with all these issues and problems, you want to have peace, then you need to listen. There's no other way. Like that, you got to enter into the straight gate, the narrow gate. There is no other way to have peace during these times. All right, guys.